I'm going to speak for all of the ladies out there who want men to know about this. How to pick up women the right way. Welcome back to E-Erotic the Brand. Hi, my name is Eden Lee Middleman. I am your favorite dating and sex coach here. I made a video and an episode on this a while back, but I am fine-tuning it here with a step-by-step for all of the gentlemen out there who have found it difficult to pick up women nowadays, because I got this crazy message that, this guy feels like every time he tries to talk to a woman out in public, in the real world, that he feels like he's going to get fucking pepper sprayed. And the truth is, yeah, because so many of you, and honestly, if I'm going to hurt your little fucking ego, just X out now. I don't want to hear about it in the fucking comments, Johnny. You guys are fucking creepy. You guys are so inorganic. You guys are fucking creepy. And the girls are not stupid. They know why you're approaching her. You're hoping that she's going to give you her number and open her legs for you, right? They feel it. They feel uncomfortable. They feel like they owe you something. And just because you came up to talk to them, they feel like that if they don't respond to you, they're going to bruise your ego and you're going to lose your mind and say something mean or maybe act out or get aggressive. So most women have their guards up. Not that all men are like this. We know that. Most men, there's a difference between men and boys. We know. Most men are not going to find this riveting information, okay? Most men are going to be like, yeah, I do that. Stop telling all the boys my fucking secrets, because it's so easy to get women nowadays when these little boys have no idea how to pick up women because their social skills in general are lacking. We're sitting behind a phone. We don't expose ourselves to people out there in the real world. Even when we are out and about, our phones are glued to our face. We have lost it. We don't know how to pick up people in the real world, especially for those that are finding dating apps quite difficult and want to find people more organically or have like that, fairy tale story of like, oh, I met them out in real life versus over the phone, which again, it's not shaming people that are dating online. However, there is something about practicing your social skills out and about and being able to A, feel confident in approaching women, and B, having the tools, skills, and sort of a general outline on how do I do this without terrifying this woman or scaring her away. First and foremost, you have to make sure that you're coming in knowing that she'll probably say no, but you're going to go anyways, and you're going to handle it like a goddamn man, like a champ, and you're not going to show that you feel offended or upset if it doesn't go your way. Because again, you're going in there expecting and hoping that, well, if I'm going to do this, it better go my way. Life is full of risks and taking chances, and if it lands, great, and if it doesn't, it's just not meant to be, and we're going to move the fuck on and not be all pouty and upset like a little child. So once you're ready for that, then you're ready to go and speak to women. Knowing that women are scared, instead of getting upset at them or being like, I disagree, they shouldn't be like that, like they're making it so difficult, they want all these things, instead of coming at it with that fucking negative attitude and energy, which is gonna reek to any women you come up to. They're going to be able to tell. And that's why you've been getting rejected left, right, and center, because you come in with that energy. Use that to your advantage. Use the knowledge that you have that women are uncomfortable and use it to your advantage. That is what successful men who are getting the women that you want are doing. They know that they have to ease into it. They know that they have to be a little bit more gentle and subtle and smooth and not make her feel like she needs to respond or she needs to have a conversation with you. Already, that will make a woman go from like being on guard to being like, oh, wow, he's nice. And for some women, honestly, that's all it takes for her to be okay having a conversation with you and even exchanging numbers, okay? The bar and the standard is so low, which makes it so beneficial for you guys out there. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. I'm saying use it to your advantage. People often say, where do I meet women? Where do I meet women? You guys think that there's like a secret chamber somewhere underground where all the eligible bachelors and bachelorettes are sitting there waiting for you to come down. You know what I mean? Like, you guys think that all of these good people meet somewhere at like a good people club committee and they meet like once a week at a special location that you weren't invited to. That's not the case. Wherever you go, you can find people, right? You're a human being. You go to a coffee shop, let's say. There are other people there. It's your job to open your eyes, to remove your phone from your face, remove the sunglasses indoors, remove that asshole-like energy to you, like, oh, wow, I'm so macho, I'm so, whatever, and like be softer, because women will feel more comfortable with softer energy. A few tips here that are valuable. If you are on your way to work and you're always pulling in the drive-thru, you are limiting social interaction there. So if you have the time, get out of your car and go inside. Sometimes it's worth it to just change up your routine if you haven't been successful with finding potential people to speak to get out and go in. Go into places where there are people. Go out more, right? And that doesn't mean the bar or the club, because these places you're not going to necessarily find And again, don't get offended. Like, you're really not going to meet your wifey at the fucking bar or club. You know what I mean? If we're talking about like a good quality woman who you want to have an actual conversation with or build something with, I mean, a bar or club, there's limited chances of having a deep conversation. The music's loud. There's too much going on, a lot of drinking. It's just not a good way of like actually meeting somebody in a healthier manner that might have greater potential. Not saying that you can't meet someone there and exchange information. Sometimes it works. And like, that's what everyone resorts to, you know, a little bit of liquid courage because you're too pussy to be sober and do it. But if you really want to master it, go to places where there are people, where it's not really like a whole fucking scene, like an average everyday place. There are people there, and look around. So let's use the coffee shop line as, you know, just an example here. The first step you want to do is read body language. This is where so many of you guys just suck. You just, you know, do this like cold approach and walk up to a woman who might be busy, who might not be interested in communicating with anyone, who might have a husband, who just like is really stressed out and isn't in the mood to speak. How can I tell if somebody's in the mood to speak? You stand there and you eyes up, you know, a nice little smile going. Be gentle, be delicate, just like look around, look at your surrounding. If you meet the eye of somebody, you know, see if that girl decides to turn away right away or like makes the face at you or completely ignores your existence, you know that she's not interested, right? This will also lower your failure rate, right? And we shouldn't be scared of failure rate because it's not really a failure. Rejection is redirection. As we all know, go watch my episode on rejection. It really will help build your mindset before you do this. But read body language. If she is looking and if she is acknowledging your existence and she's staring a little bit longer, maybe smiling, you know, maybe blushing, maybe something, then you know, okay, she is more receptive, or she's like feeling what I'm feeling, or she's eyeing me, which is great. If she is not, you do not approach her, okay? Read body language. And to any of my ladies listening to this, that is why body language is so important. If you're hiding behind your phone, you are not approachable. So stop expecting people to approach you, okay? If you look like a bitch, people will not approach you. Okay, if you have that bitchy energy, sunglasses on, leather jacket, like you're just like you're too cool for everybody else, who's going to want to approach you? That's the truth. Whether that's your style or not, that was my style growing up, trust me. And I had to learn that I have to soften a little bit of those harsher edges, not changing who I am. But if I wanted people to approach me, I had to look approachable, because I would never approach somebody that looked like me because they don't look approachable. So body language is huge. Read the fucking room. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys this. This is where you guys usually just like shoot yourself in the foot and you're done. Step 2, if you get some form of confirmation, okay, or even if you don't and you just happen to be in the lineup, there's nothing wrong with casual conversation about something that is common ground. Did you hear me? Casual conversation, common ground. Think about how you made some friends out and about. You sparked a conversation based off of probably something that was in front of you guys where you both could talk or relate to. You know, if you're at a bookstore and they're in like the same fucking genre, you know, as you are, you can speak to them about a book you just read, or like, have you read that book? Or like, I'm looking for this book. Do you know anything about it? This is just like super easygoing conversation, makes no one feel threatened, makes no one feel like you're, you know, trying to get them to fucking sleep with you. There's no pressure, and that other person is able to fully be themselves and respond to a question that is open-ended. In order for you to have communication and conversation with somebody, you need to ask questions that kind of require them to say more than yes or no. And if she chooses to say yes or no to a question where it kind of opens space for her to say more and she decides not to, that is your answer. She's not interested in having a conversation. She's not interested in you. And not everyone's going to be interested in you, and that's okay. Okay? You don't want to appeal to the vast majority of people because the vast majority of people are fucking losers. Like, that's the truth, right? You know, you're a specific taste and you're looking for somebody who appreciates you, and you also have a specific person that you are attracted to or into, right? Fair is fair. Nobody owes you shit. Stop expecting shit. Once you have a basic conversation, right, about something in front of you, so, you know, the menu at the coffee shop, a bookstore, you spark that conversation. If they absolutely give you nothing, then you just don't say anything anymore. You're done. That's okay. Here's the beauty of it too. Your ego won't bruise as easily either because you never made it romantic. You never flirted. So they're not going to think that you necessarily want them. They just think that you're a friendly person who chats with people and who is confident enough to do so. So like, it's a win-win on everyone's end. You learn how to communicate, you're practicing your social skills, and you didn't pour too much into it. So that's lovely. Now, a lot of guys I've heard and I've seen on YouTube give advice to men like, don't ever be too friendly with a girl. They'll friend zone you if you're too friendly. Like, make sure there's a bit of flirtation. Here's the rule about flirtation. Once you pass this first icebreaker, because this is just an icebreaker, Let's say she says, the cappuccinos are amazing, but I recommend you get it with oat milk. And then you'll be like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'll get it with oat milk. Do you come here often? Are you from the area? Cool. Yeah, me too. I'm just down here. I'm blah, blah, blah. Every morning this is my routine. I hope to see you soon. And then if she's just like, yeah, me too. Be like, you know what? Let's not risk it. Are you single? Do you mind if I grab your number? Asking if they're single is a form of respect. Also shows that you're inquiring more in a romantic light rather than just a friendly light. So you definitely transition from basic conversation that could potentially be friendly to something a little bit more, just inquiring about their relationship status, showing them that you're interested in that way and that you also don't want to cross the line too. So it shows so many positives about you by just asking that question. Now, if she says, I'm taken, sorry, then you say, okay, great. Lucky guy, have a great day, enjoy, and I'll probably catch you soon. Just something cool and casual. Done. Now, if she says, I'm single, yeah, be like, okay, cool. Don't make any comments about it. Like, keep it casual. Be like, me too. Let's exchange numbers, and, maybe we can meet up for a cappuccino on me. Like, something cute like that. Very assertive. You're already kind of making like a really simple plan, nothing too much. All you know is that she comes to this coffee shop. Use that. That's it. Once you get her number, you have conversation, okay? You spark the conversation, you check in, you try and get to a decent flow of like decent, friendly conversation. This might be boring for some people at the beginning, but you need to do that. Women need to feel at ease, more buttered up, soft. They need to feel like you're, not threatening and you're just a cool, easygoing person for them to really feel comfortable kind of feeling it out and start, adding more to the conversation. If she gives you her number, she's probably interested, and that's the truth. And then as time goes on, when you guys are texting and making plans, you can start to add the flirtation in there. Now, this is the key. All of you guys, listen the fuck up. You don't want to go from 0 to 100. Because if you go from 0 to 100 with flirtation, ask her for a titty pic, like right off the bat, you shot yourself in the leg and you'll never be able to recuperate from that and go back to 0. You lost your chance. If she doesn't bite for that, then you're done. She's going to be grossed out by you. She's probably going to block you and ghost you. Like, that's just the truth. You come off too strong too quickly. And women like the pace. Okay. It also keeps things interesting for both of you. Pace it. Take your time. If there's a sense of rush with the flirtation, too much, too quickly, too fast, most women will be alarmed and think like that you're like every other douchebag that she's come across. Okay. So she's traumatized and scared, right? You know this. Why? Because she's dealt with a lot of shitty men in the past. Okay. And you can talk to your bros about that. So never go from 0 to 100. Go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. Because as you climb in the flirtation level, what you can always do is you can go back from 3 to 2. Or 2 to 1 or back down to 0. And it's not going to feel like so awkward and uncomfortable if she's not biting. What I mean by biting is if you throw in a more flirtatious line or, something like that, and she's not giving much and she's not acknowledging it and she's not adding to it, she wants you to tone it back. She's not ready for that. And that is how you gauge it. I hate when guys talk about, oh, we have to put so much work. No. All you do is you test the waters and she has to do all the work. She will tell you yes or no. She will add to it or not add to it. She's giving you clear answers. You just don't want to look that way. You just don't want to think like that. But here's the thing. If you want women, sometimes you have to think, how would she want this to go? Or how would she react? Or what are women used to? Or what's the reality of being a woman? Just generally. You'll never understand it. But think of it that way. A lot of women know that men just want to fuck and that men, are like this and men don't like clingy women and men want their space and men want, like, they know all these things about men, like general things about men. But men refuse to take any information about what a woman is like because they believe that that's not useful information. Well, if you're chasing pussy, my friend, you might want to know what the pussy wants in order to get it. And I don't mean to be vulgar and like just look at women as just that because it's absolutely not true. And I'm sure most of the guys that are listening and made it this far are decent quality men that want to just improve on their picking up skills. And this is the way to do it. There is no secret sauce. It's just being a soft, decent human being who is able to read other people's body language and feel them out. You throw them a bone and see if they bite. If they don't, then they don't want it. Okay. And if you want to take your time to see if, you can try again, maybe the next day, then okay, great. And if you're over it because that's not what you want, then move on. Right? If you just want a quick fuck, this isn't your formula. This isn't your formula. There are women out there that just want to fuck and you don't have to work this hard, even though it's not that fucking hard. It's just being a decent human being. This is what you would do normally, when you make friends, right? You get to know them. You're genuinely curious about them. Ask them questions, ask them about their day. Don't just do all the talking. Sometimes listening will give you all the information you need and that will give you more information on how to move forward. right? And how to plan future things and how to make things kind of move a little bit quicker then. Women love attentive men. Women love soft men. Women love men that are patient. And I'm going to go back to the soft men thing because guys are like, no, they don't. No, they don't. I'm not talking about like a bitch boy who bends over for every woman. I'm talking about a man who's confident enough to be like, I want to listen to what a woman has to say. That doesn't make me less masculine, right? Like I'm so good with my masculinity that I'm not worried about that. I'm a nice, good man. And if she doesn't want a nice, good man, then she can go for a loser and be disappointed. Like, then we're not on the same playing field. It's that simple. So this is the best ways of picking up women. They're very basic. You're going to have to tweak it. You're going to have to add a little bit more of your personality, 100%. But this is the bare bones that I want you guys to use. I want you guys to keep in the back of your mind. And that will make you more aware of how you approach and why certain approaches have not worked for you. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that this helped. This was a quick one with all the information you need. This is always asked on my TikTok lives. This is always, a common DM that I get from you guys. And I just wanted to give you guys a concrete video of the general gist of how to approach women without scaring them the fuck off. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and if this was helpful. Leave any more of your tips in the comments to help the community out. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell so that you're notified when I post next. If you're listening to the podcast, give it 5 large and in charge stars. It really means the world to me and helps me so much and shows me that you guys want more of this. And follow my podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. And I will see you guys back here very soon. Take care. Bye.